Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. I'ma light it up like dynamite. Hey, hey, hey. Kala nyo BTS, no? Hindi, pwede naman, di ba? Pwede naman vlogger, Chongson, singer, okay? Okay, anyways, no, I'm just so excited, so thrilled for everybody right here joining us today because we are in a brand new content site. No, this is our new way of getting into the content, the meat right there, different things around us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jasper Chongson and welcome to Blog Up Play. Guys, yes, it's a new source of entertainment brought to you by Blogapalooza. Enjoy, of course, watching entertainment. Right now, I'm so excited for what's going to be happening. We have our entertaining content. You guys could relate to stories of your favorite content creators and, of course, influencers. So, guys, just sit back, relax, and press play. All right? So, in this episode, guys, we are going to be talking about, something that I'm very interested now in this particular generation, especially nung nag-pandemic, parang sobrang nauso to, no? So we are gonna be getting to know what's new in town, of course, and of course, we're gonna be looking at the hottest trends and must-try finds. Now, in this episode, I have two people joining me right here, putting some clarity into the things that I'm babbling about a little while back. Okay, first up, I'll be calling a social media influencer who's into performing also. So I think in this particular episode, she's gonna be showing us some talent as well. And apart from her passion for our topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our first guest, Cali, Caleon. Cali, hello!
Hey guys! It's really nice to be here. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Ikaw ba, how are you feeling right now? Because this is Blog Up Play. It's actually new in our Blogapalooza realm of content.
I'm actually really excited but at the same time super nervous. Parang medyo pressure kasi first na to.
We're gonna be having fun and you are not gonna be alone because joining you as well, apart from myself, would be our next level TikToker. Okay, excited. I haven't seen her content yet, but I know for sure na sobrang she puts her heart into it, in every content that she churns out. Ladies and gentlemen, how about we all welcome Sammiedelly. Hi, Sammy.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Yes, just like
Hey,
you, we're so
sis.
excited also. Yeah.
Hi, Cali.
So kanina when I opened the show, I sang a little bit. Okay, so I think Cali, no, as a performer, mamaya, sample mo kami, okay lang ba yan?
Oh my gosh. Pressure.
Don't worry, Sammy also will do a little something, maybe, because she's been, into TikTok naman talaga. So malamang, sanay na siya with her moves. Ayan, mamaya. But in the meantime, let me go already to our topic for today, okay? It's about, I think, or collectively, a group, di ba, that you've been following. Kilala niyo naman sila, di ba? Teka lang, before I go to my first question, I just want to clear this out because probably not all of the viewers right now are part of the army, And so yung army na to, could you give us a little bit of a history? How do you become a part of the army? Do you sign up for it or something? Cali, could you take us through, parang a dummy's way of getting into the army or being one or defining one at that?
Actually, I feel like being an army is really just showing your support to the boys. There's no sign-up sheet for it. There's no criteria for it. Syempre, being knowledge na rin about them. You can't just be a fan without knowing what their purpose is, why they write their songs, and supporting them through that.
So how long, Cali, have you been a part of the army?
Almost a year pa lang. And actually, Sammy has been a big part of the influence na naging army ako. Kasi before, hindi talaga ako super into K-pop as in. Pero when I started watching their videos, I became more curious and Sammy would be the one I would ask about. Ano dapat kong panoorin, ganyan. So yeah,
Bakit
she's a really
Sammy,
big part
Cali?
of my army journey.
How did you guys connect each other? Paano?
We were high school best friends. Like, ever since
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
We were classmates in grade 2.
Yeah, we just got close mga high school na. And then we were in the pep squad together. So, ang dami na talaga naming pinagsamahan.
Could you, take us back? Paano? How did you get into this?
Oh, okay. So, I guess it was the James Corden show. I think that's how a lot of armies start. Na they see the carpool karaoke episode of BTS. They're just really super charismatic. As in, dun pa lang sa video na yun, makikita mo na yung different personalities nila and how different they are with other artists in the industry.
Right. You probably have been seeing Sammy's post about being an army and whatnot, no?
That's why I asked her kasi siya talaga yung nagpo-post about them like since 2018 bases.
Okay, Sammy, so take us through your story naman. How long have you been part of the army and what really got you into this craze of, supporting the boys?
It's actually almost my second year with BTS. It was back in May 2019, May 31 to be exact. I was staying in the States at this time. I was just going through a very difficult time in my life. As in, like, I've never been in such a dark place before. I was with two of my little cousins back in the States. We were watching MTV and then all of a sudden, their music video, Boy With Love, started playing. And then my little cousin started singing it. I was like, oh, you know who they are. They say that you can know about BTS, but technically BTS comes into your life when you need them the most. I felt like at that time when I was in that dark place, I guess it's such a cliche thing to say, but I felt like I found them talaga at the right time. And their songs truly helped me a lot. They got me out of that dark place. So I'm super duper thankful. Like the amount of gratitude that I have for them, it's insane. So yeah, that's technically my story. How I became an army.
Parang life-changing, pulling you from the dark, giving you like a brand new life.
Yes, they brought so much light into my life.
Right. Ang galing, no? So, I don't know. Probably, the people who are following the army, they have some stories that are aligned to what you've shared. Speaking of it being a group, syempre, individually, they have their own merits. And syempre, kapag army ka, may bias ka, di ba? If there's been a migration from one bias to another at a certain time, give us like that. Your story of your bias or biases. That timeline also, up until now, na sino na yung naging bias mo as of the moment?
Oh my gosh, okay. So, never nag-change yung bias ko. As in, siya talaga yung bias ko ever since. I think I was first amazed with his voice dun sa song na On. Kasi people think na it was auto-tune, ganyan. If they were to perform it, feeling nila nagle-lip sync lang siya. So yes, my bias is Jungkook. So, I resonate to him a lot because of how passionate he is with everything that he does. As in, whatever he puts his mind and heart into, he's just good at it. As in, ang galing. Like, natural talent. He's sporty also. He likes doing sports. I'm sporty and, I mean, I hope people don't get it wrong. I just really resonate with him talaga. And how passionate he is in everything that he does. And as a performer, in everything that I do or in everything that I put my heart into, syempre, passion is really important there. Ayun, siguro for someone who's very good at everything that he does, parang dun din ko siya na-idolize. Kasi nothing comes easy. You really have to work hard for everything. And he shows us na he works hard for whatever it is that he has, all his skills, all his talents. Ayun. So, JK all the way. Pero only 7 pa din. Like, I love them all. They just have different personalities. That's what I love about them kasi they're all so distinct. So you can't just say that one person is better than the other. I just resonate to this person the most.
So that's how you define bias now. That person you resonate with the most. Probably.
Yeah, I guess. But also, it could be different reasons for everyone.
If I'm gonna be asking you, Jungkook is your bias, but then in terms of, for example, physically, is he the guy that talagang what you would be sighing and swooning for, or it's somebody else?
Actually, it's hard to say because all of them are so good looking. Like, I can't say na, oh, he's my type. Like, no. Like, sino ba ako? Parang wala akong sabi na
don't underestimate yourself.
But yeah, I guess in terms of like the appearance, parang I would go for any of them any day. But I guess I'm just really more of like the personality type of person.
Let's go to Sammy naman this time. Okay, who's your bias, Sammy?
So, when I first started, it was really Taeyong. Taeyong was my main bias talaga. The first year that I stan BTS, I would have at least 1 to 2 biases in my bias line. So, it would always switch up, but Taeyong would always be number one. But right now, it's Jungkook as well. He pulled me like super... It's different. It's super different. I don't know how to explain it. But he has like this certain pull on a lot of people wherein he tends to become the main bias wrecker to the point that he ends up being your bias. I don't know if a lot of people can relate, but like for Cali, if she can relate to Jungkook the most, me naman talaga, it was really Taeyong. Not because of like his looks and everything, because he's like super good looking, right? But when I started knowing about their background and stuff like that, see Taeyong, his story kasi is kind of somewhat similar to mine, wherein he grew up kasi with his grandparents. I also grew up with my grandparents. So his personality and my personality is kind of like the same. Like he's also passionate. I mean, they're all passionate. He's also passionate, but he's more kind of like the laid back member of the group where he's just like chill and he'll just do whatever he wants to do if he feels like doing it. So I'm kind of like that as well. In a sense of personality-wise, yeah, I can relate to Taeyong the most. But at the moment, Jungkook is definitely my bias.
Why
now.
wouldn't you be? That is the
So,
question.
parang talaga it's really tied into your own life already. So it feels like, I mean, what I'm getting is that you guys have met them. Parang ganun yung pakiramdam ko. Kasi parang may lukso ng dugo eh. Parang ganun. Whenever I get to see you on the screen, parang talagang nagniningning yung mga mata nyo eh. Parang you're so into them that they're like your friend. Diba? Na parang nakausap nyo na sila before, nag-share na kayo ng buhay nyo, like probably over coffee or something. Parang ganun. How much do you consume your Weverse content? Is it like an everyday thing for you that you really set aside an hour or two for just consuming the content coming from these guys?
I'm gonna be guilty and say I have my notifications on for Weverse. So every time they post,
That's why you really have
Alright,
to
now
be,
you
oh my
just
gosh, my notification, baka Weverse na yun. They don't really post like every day. Magugulat ka na lang na may
Yeah.
nagpo-post ng selfie or magte-tweet, ganon. You really have to be on your toes. As in,
especially like during comeback season, because during comeback season they're really quiet, as in they don't post anything, so like everyone is on the verge of like who's gonna post today, like you never really
Yeah.
expect it.
That's what's exciting, I think, for the fans. Kasi nga parang there is that certain level of, kumbaga mystery as to when it's gonna happen, who's gonna be, putting something or a new word or a new content. I don't know if it's just me, but probably there really is like a team behind it, diba? Parang planning everything out that you feel like it's a surprise, but for them it's really mapped out already for the whole year, even further, no?
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
definitely. Like there's so many theories na they planned this comeback 2 years prior already. You know, there's
Yeah,
like a
kasi-
blueprint for sure.
Parang pinapakita nila may hints sila of the content that's coming out now. So grabe, as in you'll be surprised by how many like theories and whatnot na makikita mo online. Grabe.
It's like super mind-blowing talaga. A lot of people who are super new to being ARMY, a lot of them I've seen parang they were like they don't regret it talaga, as like a lot of people say it's probably one of the best things that's ever happened to them.
And I've been hearing a lot of stories na a lot of the army also, during this pandemic, dun lang talaga sila naging army. And yun nga, parang sabi, like, my boss told me na talagang siya yung, if without them siguro, she won't be able to survive this pandemic or something. Medyo lalim ko na. Balita ko, our Vlogapalooza family asked you to somehow show us some of your merchandise. Cali, Sammy, did you bring them out? And give us a little story when you purchased it. How did you get it? What to do with it? How did you feel when you earned the first one or the second one? I don't know. Who's gonna go first? Cali, do you have some merchandise there with
Ay,
you?
ako, ito si Sammy, collector talaga siya. So, ako na mauuna kasi
Sige, sige.
marami talaga siya. Okay, so, first would be this album, the Map of the Soul 7 album. Because this was the era where I became an ARMY. Kaya close to my heart siya. yung Map of the Souls. And then, second would be my favorite album. At saka ang gandang packaging mo. Very...
Oo nga, no?
It's the Love Yourself album. Kasi it contains like my favorite songs. And close to my heart. Alam ni Sammy yan.
Yes. Mamaya, sound trip tayo mamaya.
Of course, my army bomb. Kasi parang, this is something that you wave proudly when there's a concert. Kahit hindi pa ako nakaka-attend ng concert nila. ng live.
Right.
So, they have different versions of the army bomb. Pero I got this one kasi it has something to do with my journey of becoming an army.
Nice.
So, yeah. And fun fact, si Sammy gifted this to me for my birthday.
Oh, sweet. Sobrang exciting, na parang later on, you're gonna be bringing that to your first ever BTS concert. Kailan kaya yun? But wait, that bomb actually lights up or something? What does it do?
Yes, it lights up like this.
Yan!
Tapos marami siyang light it up. Charot. So, it has a lot of modes. Parang may blinking, ganon. Yeah.
Parang ka na rin may toy, no?
Yeah, or parang sabi nga talaga, as in pag may brownout flashlight siya. It's very useful in many ways. Tapos kasi it has a Bluetooth feature na pag sa mga concerts, all army bombs will go in sync and then they will blink different colors of lights at the same time. And then there's also a feature na you could connect it to Weavers in some music videos.
Tapos malamang merong they churn out some limited edition stuff and whatnot. So it goes higher and higher. So Sammy, this time let's go to your collection. Balita ako, parang probably the biggest collection in the Philippines. Yeah. Is that your room?
Yeah, this is my collection.
Wow.
I started collecting after Map of the Soul 7 actually. So this is actually my very first album that I bought. I got it also in the States. The reason why I chose this, like Cali, Map of the Soul 7 is close to her heart because that's when she started standing BTS. It goes the same for me because I started standing during their Persona era. The second one would have to be also my army bomb. Green siya because yung spike is green.
Leveled up. Okay. And then?
But they're on the same level kasi. So I chose also the Love Yourself album. A lot of their songs from this album has actually helped me the most. And then the other one is their new album, which just recently came out, which is the B album. Because I feel like in the making of this album, they really shared everything with ARMY. They didn't hide anything at all. So even if times are hard right now, we're still here for you. So that's why I also chose the B album.
Cool beans, grabe, massive collection. Talaga. Ayan, talagang they bring you to life every day, di ba? Para masarap ang gising. Okay, those who are viewing right now this episode, we're gonna be asking our ladies right here, Cali and Sammy, about their top 5 BTS songs. No pressure and just full of love lang. Support for the guys. Okay, Cali, let's start with you. Go, may disclaimer ka muna, Cali.
This is not in any way, shape, or form judging their music and putting them in a category. No, all their songs are perfect. Their whole discography is perfect. So we cannot say that there's a top 5 or top 10 or whatever. Kasi all their songs are made from so much purpose. Kaya hindi talaga namin ma-put into a box na sila yung top.
We are choosing these 5 songs based on how much they've impacted our lives.
Yes, us personally. Kaya sana walang magalit sa amin.
Guys, no hate. Love lang tayo dito. Support lang for the boys, okay? So, Cali, given the disclaimer, let's go to your top 5.
Okay, so the first one I will be putting up there is Just One Day from their School Love Affair. Yeah, School Love Affair album. Parang medyo old soul ako. Gusto ko yung yung sound, yung beat niya. It's like a 90s love song. Yung sound, yung pagka-harmonize nilang lahat. It made an impact to me kasi sobrang ganda rin nung pag-rap nung rappers doon. Parang ang raw lang. Basta cherishing each day with your loved ones. So that's how it impacted me. My next song would be On. Doon ko napansin si JK first. And then, that song, if you guys haven't known yet, it's a multi-awarded like song in the VMAs. On will always be something that impacts me kasi it's the reason why I became an ARMY. And parang yun yung nagpa-confirm na, okay, ARMY na ako, ganon.
It's the on button for you.
Yes, it was the on, exactly, it was the on button for me to become an ARMY. And then my third pick would be Young Forever. In this song, parang they're affirming na whatever happens, they'll be there for each other no matter what. They'll still work hard and write songs for us, and you don't want them to like go, or there's this humbling feeling coming from them na they know that that's bound to happen, but they'll always be there for each other. Last two, actually yung last ko, 2 songs siya.
Pwede.
Hindi talaga ako makapick. Yung last, second to the last is Stay Gold. It's a Japanese track, and it's part of their Map of the Soul, The Journey album. It's in Japanese. I like it because it really just shows na in whatever hardships, parang they'll always be there to remind us na we'll get through that. Even if we have these hardships, parang they're reminding us not to let our shine and luster like fade. Very passionate ako about like self-love, and I just want to be that person for other people that will help them love themselves even more. It is a reminder that we shouldn't let anyone or anything hinder us from shining, from being whoever we want to be. Last but not the least, of course, in relation to what I said kanina, na I'm a very big advocate of self-love and really giving yourself that credit na even when it's hard. I mean, for my friends and family, I'll be that person to remind them of their value. So make us feel the value and the credit that we fail to give ourselves. So my last pero 2 songs would be Answer Love Myself, and of course Magic Shop. Alam ni Sammy yan, that's very close to our hearts. There's this line na parang, you showed me I have reasons I should love myself. That's actually them singing to ARMY na parang, wow, like we show them reasons that they should love themselves. Parang that gives us some sort of responsibility and power within us. And a validation na din na we're important for others. We should credit ourselves because yun nga, parang we have that impact for someone who doesn't even know us personally. Or for artists, for that matter. And syempre Magic Shop kasi it's them telling us na they'll be in a magic shop in our hearts. It's just to remind them that they'll always be there for us at our darkest moments, and when we feel like we have no purpose to live anymore. They're there to remind us of that. And that song is the perfect example of them being there for their fans and for ARMY. Hindi ko ma-explain how thankful I am to them for even being who they are and showing that they wouldn't be there without us. Ayun.
Grabe! Tama, but great job. So si Sammy naman papahirapan natin ngayon. Or may hirapan kaya siya.
Good luck, sis.
Yeah.
Sammy, go ha. Ano top 5 mo?
No order whatsoever. I'm just gonna blurt out the songs that I chose. So the songs that I actually chose are, most of them are also the same with Cali. Kasi yun nga. But then there are 2 that are different. So I'm gonna go with the first one. So they have a song called Dulcet, where basically the meaning behind that song is hoping for better days. Their message is basically telling people na everything is gonna be okay. So they're really based on love, self-love, loving other people and stuff like that. That's super duper love. So yun, Dulcet, which is actually also called 2-3. I chose that as the first song kasi yun nga, with the past that I've had, it's basically a message to ARMY that no matter how dark your days are, you're always going to have a good day. You never know when it's gonna happen, but at the end of the day, it will happen. So there's like this line from the song that I super love. Jungkook sang it pa. So it was in Korean, but then I'm just gonna read you the English lyrics. So it's basically, it's okay, come on. When I say 1, 2, 3, forget it. Erase all sad memories, hold my hand and smile. Even if we're not there with you physically, at least you have our songs as comfort for you to be able to spiritually hold their hand, and hopefully we are able to make you feel better during your dark days. So that's why I
Right.
chose this song as one of my top five. And then the second one is same with Cali, Young Forever. Like I don't have to explain it anymore. She explained it perfectly. But it's such a nice message to give out to Army for reassurance that even when things are over for them in the spotlight and stuff like that, they'll still be there for each other behind all of that. And the third song that I chose is Boy with Love, of course. It has to be in my top five because I wouldn't be an Army today if I didn't hear that song, or if it didn't pop out on MTV that day that we were watching. So I'm super duper thankful for that song. And then my fourth song, same with Ali's last two, is Love Myself. When I was growing up, I had a super rough time being able to accept myself and love myself. Like parang I would always doubt and question myself na parang why am I not good enough for this? Like what's wrong with me and stuff like that. That's the reason why I got this tattoo. It's actually the cover of the Love Yourself
Galing.
album. Aside from the last song that I'm gonna reveal later, the song like really taught me how to love myself. Like what Kali said, it's the boys singing to Army, saying na parang, yun nga, like you've shown me, I have reasons I should love myself. When at the same time, like their messages, the messages of their songs also teach us how to love ourselves, and they're trying to tell us na you're enough. Like you don't have to change for anybody. Stay the way that you are. You're super enough and you matter. That's just why I super duper love that song as well. And then the last song is also Magic Shop. Kasi,
Right.
okay, there's a saying kasi, or like there's this theory or like conspiracy. If you have an army bomb, your army bomb has fairies in it. When I'm having like super bad days and like things are like super rough for me, like parang army bomb fairies will somewhat like connect you to BTS in a way, and then like they end up posting on the same day. So it's kind of like what
Ooh.
are the odds? Like
Law of
what are the odds
attraction.
talaga? Like it's happened to me like a few times last year
Right.
and this year, when I was like having the worst day ever, and then like I wouldn't be so vocal about having the worst day, but then I'd be in bed the entire day, and then all of a sudden they just like post on the same day. So it's kind of mind blowing. So yun, back to Magic Shop. Why it's one of my top five favorite songs is because yun nga, like what Kali said also, that there's a line in the song wherein like parang open the door. It's in Korean, but it's like open the door and parang will be there. So it's like also BTS's way of telling you na no matter how bad your days are, like open the magic shop. We will be there for you, will comfort you through whatever. So that's what I super duper love about that.
Interesting. I mean, your lists sort of kind of are identical, and I think it's basically the message that BTS has actually to the world, and I think that's why they're getting this kind of following, no? Because it's about uplifting you as people, di ba tayo, generally that we could be better, we should just be positive, and great things will happen to us. Even getting to associate it with the bomb and magic and whatnot, parang they're like the Korean Disney, di ba? Giving you some hope, giving you some magic and inspiration, no? And it's so nice to wake up also and probably you're feeling down and you just look at your tattoo and it brings you to a different world already of BTS, giving you some magic nga, like they're like fairies.
I have another one from their lyrics from the song Magic Shop. It says, "I do believe your galaxy." It's from Namjoon's verse.
That's
Like
so
parang
Right.
good.
it's also like a reassurance na there's somebody in South Korea who believes in me and who understands me. So that's why I have it on there.
Nice, nice. Galing! Sobrang dami kong natutunan sa inyong dalawa this particular vlog play session. And sobrang nice to get to know also that kind of connection that any army would have. I mean, with BTS. And I know there are a lot of stories to hear, but then yours are truly golden as well. So as we move forward, si Cali kasi, di ba, when I introduced her, she sings, di ba? She performs. So I think it's the moment when Cali bursts out just because of pure love and passion for BTS. Her favorite song, or at least the song that she feels like singing right now. Kung gusto mo may dance number pa. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cali!
Oh my God.
Go Cali!
Oh my gosh, pressure, guys. Sorry na lang kung hindi perfect. Okay. Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire and set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, whoa.
Yay! Siyempre si Sammy, dito siya magpapatalo. In one way or another, baka mag-comment yung BTS, di ba? Tapos, how about you guys fly to Korea? Sammy, bilis! This is your moment. Makilala mo na yung bias mo.
I'm just... I will sing na lang also. Kasi
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for a dance number.
Hindi kami
So,
prepared.
dynamite na lang din. Cause I'm in stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little funkin' soul. Light it up like dynamite. Whoa.
Yay! Gusto ko yung may pa-dance dyan. Makapasayaw din yun. Alright. Great job, Cali and Sammy. And we are very grateful to have you guys right here on Vlog of Play. At syempre, okay, as we close this episode of Vlog of Play already, I know this is not enough an episode to really describe your love and passion for BTS. But Cali, to say goodbye to everyone and probably want to follow you, syempre, on your social media accounts to get to know more about BTS. Check on your bias if it's changed at least. Kasi medyo hindi pa nag-change yung bias mo, di ba? Cali, go ahead. Promote your socials.
So you guys could follow me on Instagram. It's Angela Cali with 3 I's. So ANGELACALIII. And then TikTok, Angela Cali also, but with 2 I's. And then on Laika, Angela Cali, but with 1 I.
Kalito yan.
Yeah, I didn't know na I was qualified to do this.
No, it's our pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and it was such a fun time being able to talk about BTS and my love for them with my best friend.
Perfect afternoon actually. And, you know, baka i-share naman to ni Danny sa BTS. So, hindi natin alam. Baka naman, mapansin nila tayo. Sammy, oh, eto na yun. Kasi you have to tell BTS now how they could find you. Para they could message you already for your ticket to the next concert. Could be digital, could be live. Sammy, go ahead.
Teka lang. I need to process that. Okay. Wait. Okay. So, on my social media, TikTok, Instagram, they're all at Sammiedelly. So you can find me on there. And then, for those who are super interested in my merch collection, I do have a separate Instagram account for that. So the username is JJ Collector. So it's like Jungkook Collector. So it's JJKOOLLECTOR. So there.
Thank you so much, Empre. And don't forget, guys, to follow Cali and Sammy on their social media accounts, diba? Make sure follow them para at least meron na kayong kasama na army, diba? In the meantime, what I could just say, just to sum it all up, is that I think you become an army because you share that kind of passion for uplifting each other in this particular situation that you're in right now, probably the pandemic or any other situation just like what Sammy had in her life, or probably you just share the passion in life or in a particular craft, just like Cali. That's why you have that kind of love for BTS BTS and you are an ARMY right now. But of course, guys, it's not just BTS we're gonna be featuring right here in this portal. So watch out for our next content that you could snack on right here on Blogoplay. My name is Jasper Chongson, your host. You can follow me on social media at Jasper Chongson across all the other platforms that I have on social media. Maraming salamat. And guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Blogoplay. Just click play and enjoy the content every time. Bye!
Bye!
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for having us.